Hello parents. Today I'm going to be letting you know about something that we started teaching your second graders. It is the concept of multiplication. It's going to look a little bit different than the way you probably think of multiplication because in second grade our focus is going to be on contextual multiplication situations, which means basically stories that involve the process of multiplication. We're going to be focused on creating a picture that represents what is happening in the multiplication story problem. So I'm going to show you some different examples of ways that second grade students will be solving multiplication problems so you know what you can expect at home. So here's a story that your student may be doing in class. So this story is Elliot read 6 pages of his book each day. It took him 3 days to finish reading the book. How many pages were in Elliot's book? Now, most of us as adults, we're going to automatically think of this story as 6 times 3 equals 18, which is true, and it is the easiest way to solve this story, to solve this problem. But in second grade, we won't be representing multiplication like this. It will be represented this way in third grade, but this doesn't meet the expectations for what we are teaching second graders. This concept is very abstract, and so the actual multiplication sentence that looks like this will not be introduced until third grade. So here is the way that a second grader will be solving a multiplication situation like this. The first way is called an array, and an array is an organized way to put together groups of the same object, which is what we're doing when we multiply, when we do 6 times 3. So since this story, Elliot read 6 pages of his book each day, and it took him 3 days to finish reading the book. The way that I can show this in an array would be a picture representation that shows 3 groups with 6 in each group. So this would be how I would represent day 1. It would look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That represents the 6 pages he read on day 1. Then I could represent day 2 as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the 6 pages he read on day 2. Then day 3 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the way a student would write a number sentence for this would be 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 18. And that's one way that we would solve this multiplication story through the use of repeated addition, which is what you can see we're going to be doing in all of these strategies. It will be repeated addition, but it will be in picture form. Okay, another way that we could solve this problem would be to draw it. I can draw 3 groups with 6 in each group. So I'm going to make this my first group. This will be my second group. So this represents day 1. This represents day 2. And this represents day 3. And in each of these groups, I'm going to draw a picture that represents the 6 pages for each day. So this might be first page, the second page, third page, fourth page, fifth page, sixth page. And then 6 pages over here. And 6 pages here. So I showed 3 groups with 6 in each group again. And then to write the number sentence, I could write 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 18. Again, I have that repeated addition that I'm using to solve this multiplication situation. Okay, the last way that I can solve this multiplication situation is in a part-part whole mat. We use these in addition and subtraction, but it's going to look a little bit different for multiplication, and in fact, I could call it a part whole mat for this particular situation. So I'm going to set this up as what I know is that there were 3 days it took him to read, and each day he read 6 pages. So what I don't know is how many pages his book was in all. I don't know what this whole amount is, but I know the 3 parts. So here I would do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is a picture representation of what's happening in the story, of the repeated addition that's happening. So again, my number sentence would be 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 18. And this is the number sentence that we would have students write to solve this multiplication situation. So the last strategy is one I've been doing all along, and it's repeated addition. Some students are going to really have a great mental picture already in their minds for what's going on, and they'll be able to jump right into repeated addition. We'll still have them learn how to do arrays, how to do part-part whole mats, and how to draw out the story to show what's happening. But then this is a strategy that some of them will be able to jump to pretty quickly. So that repeated addition is just that 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 18. That's another way to solve this story problem. So I'm sure what you've noticed is that what we don't have in second grade is 6 times 3 equals 18. The reason we don't jump straight to this is because we want students to have a great, strong conceptual understanding of what is happening in multiplication. Third grade teachers are telling us that kids get to them and they know that 6 times 3 equals 18, but they have no concept of what that means. They don't understand what that times means. They don't understand that it means you have 6 groups with 3 in each group. Or, well, I guess this story should have been 3 times 6 because it was 3 groups with 6 in each group. So not only is the way we're teaching in line with Texas standards, but it's what our third grade teachers are telling us students need. They are begging us not to use that time sign. And we won't really even use the word times. We may tell kids that that's what we're doing, but we're going to be focused on the concept of multiplication, which is repeated addition. So our focus will be 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 18 in this situation. Please let your child's teacher know if you have any questions, and happy multiplying.